During an archaeological dig, some archaeologists are digging something out that seems to be buried. Upon closer inspection, it appears to be a cube. Studying it for a while at the camp they're at, they then take the archaeological find back to London, where they study it. Studying at the museum, they don't know how to open it or what could be inside. Then, one of the researchers is about to turn in for the night until they hear a sound from the box. They then approach it and touch the box. As it opens, there is nothing inside. Wondering what's going on, the researcher then heads back to getting their coat. But then as they open the door, something scares them to death, leaving a huge scream being heard. Sarah begins her first day at the Foundation, working in her department. Agent Browning says, "Welcome, then, for your first real day. So what do we do?" "Well, for now, there pretty much is not much to do until we get a call out. Then, on the computer screen, Deborah then says, Agent Browning, we have a crisis at the Natural History Museum. There's been a body found, apparently petrified. Let's go then." The team then head to the museum, where there is a crime scene, and they investigate. Then one of the local policemen is like, "You lot again. Always coming in to steal our work. We're merely here to investigate. This could have been of some supernatural occurrences. Of course, used to all be discreet and secretive, but now that we all know monsters are real, you're not afraid to hide anymore," said the officer. They then go to examine the body that's laying there, frozen in fright, wondering what's going on. Looking around, they find nothing strange until Raoul finds the box, now closed up. He then says, "Hey guys, I think I found something." "Right. Well, we'll take that back to the Foundation. We can have that higher authority of the police." "Can you?" said Sarah. "Oh yeah," said Crichton. "We are outside the government, beyond police." Later, as they return to the quarters, Raoul studies the box, wondering what's inside. Then they find nothing. Later on, as the night time comes in, Crichton finishes his shift, and then hears a sound. He notices it's coming from this box. The box opens and he wonders what he finds. Then there is nothing. Until he turns around and sees a monster, like nothing he'd ever seen before, which triggered his wolf gene and then he wolfed out. The next morning, when Todd arrived, he heard a noise and wondered what was going on. He looked, and there he found Crichton, in wolf form, shaking and howling. Then, tranking him, knocking him out, he then tries to find out what's going on. Then, as Sarah enters, she asks Brendan, "Brendan? What's going on?" "Something's wrong with Crichton." "Yes, I don't know what's going on yet. He's in wolf form." "Wolf form? Oh yeah, didn't you know?" said Brendan. "He's a werewolf. Or a wolf man. Either way, like Talbot, he can, control the wolf, but not in a full moon." Yeah, of course. I think I remember that now. That's how the hypnosis works a bit then, didn't it?" said Brendan. Then, as she enters, she finds Todd and Lee. "Lee? Todd, what's going on?" "We don't know. Something happened last night with Agent Hull. He can't revert back to his human state. It's a full moon. He can't have control, but there's not another full moon due for 2 weeks, so why he's like this, we don't know." Then Raoul calls him, saying, "Guys, I think I've found something." The team then look and say, "What is it?" "This box. Now, I've done my research. See, this box, they say they found it a couple weeks ago in Arabia, where it was buried. But here's what I think's going on with this box. This box is known as the phobia." "The phobia," said Todd. "Specify for us, Raoul." "Centuries ago, there was a lot of chaos in the world. Like a lot in ancient times. This warlock, he came together and he got all this chaos, all these people's fears, everything, and merged it together into this monster. He then took that monster and then had trapped it in a box." "So you're saying there's something in the box?" said Todd. "Yes, sir. And I think Crichton opened it and that's what's going on. He's witnessed a lot of chaos. So you're saying there's a chaos monster about? But the box is closed." "Yes. But you see, it's not. It lures people to the box, opens it, just so they can have the creature's domain around, because obviously he's got control. With that creature been buried for as long as I think it might have been, it could be strong and vicious." "Then we need to stop it," said Todd. Then the power blacks out in the department. Browning then says, "Shit, something's going on. Agents, arm yourselves. We could be in for a chaotic time now." With their torches and their guns at the ready, Sarah then says, "You guys have guns?" "Of course we do," said Brendan. "We're a team, a secret organisation. We have to defend and arm ourselves." Then they hear a noise, wondering what's going on. They then notice the cell block, and the door's been open. The door that contains Crichton. Then his beast form comes out, attacking at full, knocking them. Brandon then says, "Don't let him bite or scratch you." "I know how the werewolf thing goes," said Sarah. Then, shooting him, but unable to take the creature down as the bullets are not silver. Then he gets shot with a tranq dart by Deborah. "Well, I've had no luck getting the computers back on, yet. This whole place is in lockdown. Is it just our department? Yes, our department. There really is something in that box. We've got to be vigilant and careful. Meanwhile, Todd and Raoul look around. Finding a generator, they then hear a noise. Browning then tells Raoul, "Stay at your guard. There's something here." Then Todd turns around and there he sees a vicious blob-like monster with fearsome teeth, making a huge roar of screams and monstrous chaos. He then says, "Raoul, did you do any more research?" Raoul says, "Yes, I did. We got to trap the monster, but I didn't get quite time to do any research." Then they get the power back on. Returning to the lab, Raoul then takes the translation and says, "See, this warlock said an incantation which got the chaos back into the box. We need to get that monster back in there before it unleashes chaos around the world again." "Isn't the world already chaos?" said Sarah. "Yes, but we're going to stop it now. We're going to devise a trap. I need time to translate this." So they get to work. Raoul studies the text and researches, wondering how he's going to do it. As they look around, they then see Crichton in his cell again, asleep and tranked, making sure he does not wake up. Searching for the creature, they then look around. That is when Sarah says, "How do we attract this thing? Usually we need to be calm and peaceful and open the box." The creature will then sense that the box is going to be open again. "That's when we corner it," said Raoul. They then wait patiently for the creature to appear again, and then they turn the lights off and touch the box as it opens before closing once again. Then the creature appears again in a new shape this time, a tentacled, monstrous abomination with mouths appearing everywhere. That is when Raoul says the ancient incantation to imprison the creature by talking in the language of the warlock. Then Browning asks, "Are you sure you can do this?" "They're words that are spoken," said Raoul. "I guess I don't have to be a warlock to work that out." Then they work, but then Raoul constantly repeats the incantations. That's when the monster begins to weaken and starts to wear away as it gets sucked back into the box and closes, sucking it all in and closing it. Then, as it closes, the power comes back on. Agent Browning said that will be something for the vault, where no one should be able to find it. We have to secure, contain, and protect those with it. This monster thing should not be in any hands. Then, as they go back to the cell block, they find Crichton, now reverted back into his human state, feeling all doped up and everything from the tranquilizers. And he says, "Guys, what happened? Did I wolf out or something?" "You did, but we've assessed and we have control over the situation now." as Browning makes his way to another department at the Foundation in London. He then says, "Good day, Hooper." "Ah, Mr. Browning. What have you got this time?" "A chaos box. It needs to be locked away and kept locked away. I see why this was buried." "Oh, yeah, I think I know of that one." "Well, let's put it away," said Hooper, who was an eccentric, witty-minded man. They then go to a vault and lock it away where no one can get to it. As Browning then leaves, he then asks, "Oh, Agent Browning, you couldn't, do you fancy a drink of tea or something?" "Perhaps another time, Hooper. Perhaps another time. See you around." "You too, sir." Then Browning returns and sits at his desk. Sarah then saying, "So, this is what we deal with all the time?" "Yes, it is. You've seen how dangerous it can be. Are you sure you want to keep going?" "Well, yeah, I guess I do. I now know that monsters exist. There's no way of hiding that. I understand what you do, why you do it. But like you said, with our technology now, it was going to be hard to disguise the events of where the monster squad assembled. But I think I'm ready to understand it." Good. Good. "Well, you think you're ready? We'll have to do another mission. On the field, of course." Then Deborah says, "Agent Browning, sir?" "Yes, Agent Carpenter. I've been looking around. Apparently there's some strange goings on with the men in a small fishing town in Cornwall. None of the other departments seem to be bothered about it. I think we should look into it, though." "Of course. Good work. Well then, looks like we're going to Cornwall, are we?" "Yes, Agent Pratt." "Come on. Let's get the rest of the team together and, well, see what's going on in this fishing town with the men." As they go and look into things with Deborah, Sarah then looks at a photo of her father on her phone saying, "So this is what you used to do, Dad. At least the sort of people you worked for." She then puts away her phone and joins the rest of the team for the briefing.